But I do want to say, appreciate everybody that checked out the Let's Get Married video. Also, I want to talk about the Judas and the Black Messiah. If y'all haven't seen that movie, it's a good movie. But I want to talk about that movie for a second. The thing that I don't like about the movie is it is basically still telling the same narrative of how black folks were back in them days, and how we turned on each other, and how we couldn't come together, and how one black man can snitch. See, the thing is, this is how Hollywood played a role into this whole reality. We had to get away from that. The film was a good film, but it's still regurgitating the same old storyline that blacks can't get along. Same storyline that the Black Panthers was taken down by their own people. They had snitches on top of snitches in them. And these are the stories that they put in our heads. And I'm speaking to all the black filmmakers, we need to start creating films that change that narrative. Because everything about the Black Panthers wasn't bad. The things that need to be glorified about the Black Panthers, it's never glorified. A lot of people don't even know who Fred Hampton was. They know who Martin Luther King was. And I'm not saying that bad about that, but it just shows the real radicals and the real revolutionaries, they don't want you to know about them people, man. That's why they don't never talk about Malcolm X that much. But like I say, the film was a dope film, but it's just, I'm just sick and tired of the same narrative. They literally got one guy that stole a car. They threatened him by giving him, oh, I'm gonna give you 5 years for this and that, which forced him to become a rat. You get what I'm saying? He became a rat for the police department, for the FBI, whatever. These people never do their jobs. This is another thing about the police and the whole FBI and all that. It be the people that do the job for them. That's why they say, you ever get caught, shut your mouth. Let them do their job. But it just shows how cunning and how slick the police department is, and how they use their own system that they built that y'all go vote for. Like I be trying to tell y'all, stop voting for these crooked ass systems. They use the same system to exploit us in ways to use us as their little pets, or their little, you know, their little CIs. And you know, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Black Panthers did so much for the community that we have no idea about or don't speak on. And I'm gonna speak on it because a lot of these dudes who got platforms, or a lot of these guys who can speak on it, like I wish I had a bigger platform. I do, because I always like to spread good stuff. But the Black Panthers, not only did they take care of their own, do you understand, they fed their own people. Like they had a breakfast program where they fed their own people. Not only that, they had their own health care where they was helping their own people. Not only that, they patrolled their own neighborhood. They had people on watch. These are the things what I was telling y'all. If us as black folks put $10 a month, right? $10 a month. If 10,000 of us did that per area, we'll have 100,000 a month to do certain things that can better us. This is why politically we'll never have a seat at the round table, because every nationality has this structure except black people. Y'all gotta understand this, man. This ain't no, like, a lot of the stuff that black folks do that we do is not under our own. It ain't just us as a group. It's always us involved with another group. You feel what I'm saying? We don't have our own group. This is why we'll never have no political power. I just told y'all about this. I did a video about this the other day. So at the end of the day, it's like we have no political identity. Why? Because we have no financial structure, or we don't have a committee, a hub for black folks. We spend money with everybody else except for ourselves. We have nothing. So why is we sent to the table? They already got us. We don't have to sit to the table. But I'm just saying, this movie, it just regurgitates the same old narrative, and this is why they do this shit, man. They want you to keep saying, they want you to keep thinking like the police gonna do this. The police gonna do that. The police gonna exploit us, and we do nothing but let them do it. This is what they want you to put in your head. But tell me this: how can people put their pants on the same way? How are we so afraid of them? We so brainwashed till we'll kill our own people, but we scared to point There's certain words I gotta use because they be on some tricky stuff with these videos. But it's certain, you won't go after the ones who got us all oppressed. That's how brainwashed the world is. Like it's just crazy, man, how things are put in place and how we let the world that is in front of us dictate how we see things. When we honestly understand there's a difference. Why do we go by these rules, man? Rules, and why do we vote for these? That's why I say, man, y'all black folks look so silly when they vote. Going hollering about, I got a pen on my, I come back to work with a pen on my shirt, say I voted. You know how silly that look? That make you look like, and I'm not being rude, I'm not being disrespectful. But what I am being is, I'm just calling it out like it is and how it should be called out. All I'm telling y'all as black folks, understand that you're participating in a system that doesn't give a damn about you. What else gotta happen? It's called the White House, bro. And this is why when I watch this movie, man, it shows, it depicts us as snitches, as we can't work together, as we would bring each other down. These are the things that they want to put in our head. That's why they put these movies out. I waited a whole year to see this movie. Judas and the Black Messiah. Go check it out, man. But like I say, as a black storyteller, and this is one of the things that Bill Cosby tried to do that y'all don't know about. Bill Cosby not in the situation he's in because he's, Bill Cosby tried to change the way we saw television because he was in that arena early on in his career, and he saw the things that was put out. Y'all don't understand how powerful a network is, or how a network shapes the way you see reality or see the world or see people. These people weaponize all these things. Like, come on, folks. Every time he tried to buy the network, something happened. His son got killed. His son was on the side of the road changing a tire or something. Now look what, now the second time, look what happened. And like I'm trying to explain to y'all, you have to pay attention to what goes on. This man's whole career is gone off 30-year-old she say, he say, and all we get caught up in is, well, we don't like pedophiles, and if you did this and you did that. If that's the case, then why the hell why is it that when it comes to these politicians, y'all don't say nothing? Y'all don't know nothing about the Weinstein Island, how they was taking all these young kids, young females over there and doing what you already know. Why y'all ain't saying nothing about that? Oh, y'all don't like pedophiles? Y'all don't? Why y'all don't say nothing about these politicians? I told y'all the biggest gangsters are the ones that still walking around. The Hillary Clintons, the Clintons, period. Those are the ones, and not just them. I'm talking about all these politicians. Those are the real gangsters. But y'all scared to go after them because they built a system to protect them, and they use you to do that. All law enforcement does is protect the ones that is running the world on a lower level. But like I told y'all, it ain't the ones you can see, it's the ones you can't see, the ones you don't know about. You have to wake up, people, and the only way during our time, what we have to do, and we're working on this right now, we are forming a people's committee to where the people can have a say-so. Y'all don't understand, if we don't get that, then we are screwed. Please, man, I don't care how much education you got, how much money you got. I don't care how your political situation is. This structure is not structured for you to win. And if we don't come together, I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. We are developing a people's committee right now. So when things like this come about, they can't just say, these big corporations can't just push us out. It's so many things that go on with these big corporations that protects them, not just the law. But there's so many things that protects them. Same as with this vaccine. With this, I can't think of the name of it, but for all these, like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, all these companies coming up with these vaccines, they have a law to protect them that if anything happened to you physically, if you die from it, if you get anything happen to you from taking this vaccine, they are protected. You can't do nothing to them. You can't sue them. You can't go after no money. You can't do nothing. And these are the people that y'all vote for. Anyway, man, I just want to speak about this movie. You get what I'm saying? Judas and the Black Messiah. Definitely check it out. Definitely you'll see exactly what I'm saying, how we are exploited as black folks, how we are looked at as we can't become one, we can't get along, and they use that. They sat back, and these people sat back, right? use this guy, and I ain't saying I don't take no responsibility from him, because he could have went another way. But when you in a system where you forced, because everybody ain't built the same. A lot of people would have took that little time and ran with it, but a lot of people ain't built the same. But anyway, anytime that you create a system that exploits people and you use it to your benefit, as all law enforcement do, then it puts people in certain situations to make certain decisions. But I still don't take away the responsibility that he played, which after the real tape aired, I don't remember what year it aired, but right after, I think a month later, that the tape aired, the guy who snitched, once that aired on, I think it was NBC, one of them big networks, he committed suicide, so they say. So they used him up clean to the end. And he probably knew about some other things that they didn't want him to come out with. But he finally spoke about him snitching and what happened, and shortly after that was publicized or put out there as a documentary, he committed suicide, so they say. All I'm telling y'all is, man, we're living in a world where these people have created this barrier between themselves and us. And not only that, us on the bottom, they created racism and all these different divisions that divides us as people, which that's the real cancer. I told y'all, that's the real cancer. I get on here and I just tell it like it is. I ain't got time to use all these big words. I don't be trying to do all that. I just want people to understand that you are voting, being a part of a system that is not going to help us. It haven't in 400 years, and it ain't going to in another 400 years. We need our own system. These people put their pants on just like we do, man. We need our own system. We are not free. You get what I'm saying? All these different things, HOAs and all that, us the people need to say, look, we don't want to go for that. Why? Because of this, and that. Dictatorship, man. Y'all look them words up. This is a capitalism. That's all this is, man. So at the end of the day, man, I just hope that I got you to think about what goes on, and before you start, getting behind these different things, know what they are about. And I'm definitely not for black folks voting. And then again, we need to get away from the word black. Black is just a color. That's all it is. I just referred to us as, but we're going to start trying to get away from that, because black is just a color. Ain't nothing nowhere in the Constitution that protects a color. So that's another thing which we need to start, educating ourselves on, to getting away from the word black, because that's all it is. You get what I'm saying? But like I say, man, y'all know how I rock, man. I love y'all, man. I try to put positive vibes out there in the world. Life is great, but we definitely got to get in a position where we can be free and we can live, especially for our kids. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I say, man, we've been tortured. We've been took up through on all levels, and we sit back and don't do nothing about it. Like, come on, man. We just got, like I say, a coward dies 1,000 deaths, and a soldier dies but once. You got to understand that. So for them brothers, and I salute them, Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton, like all the real like I'm talking about the real ones. I ain't talking about the fake ones. I ain't talking about the coons. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about the real revolutionaries that you do not hear about. Marcus Garvey, all these. I'm talking about big people that did big things that they are not going to put on television, that they're not going to speak about, because they don't want us to get that mind frame. They don't want us to think to be free. They want us to think as a slave. And if you white, you're a slave too. It's no difference. You're under the same thing. If you look at the movie, when he was and I'm gonna let y'all go. When you look at the movie, The Black Messiah, he had them brought whites in, blacks in, because basically he letting them know y'all under the same dictatorship as us. We just bottom feeders to them folks, man. So once you get past that aspect of it, then you can open your eyes and see this shit for what it really is. We all is being dictated. And you got to understand, they move off bloodline. If you're not a part of their bloodline, then you're not in. But guess what, people? We give them all the power that they have.
Hold on. Come on. What the business is?